From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2393, this is Ham Nation Headlines for Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. We begin this week with news that many hams around the United States have been waiting forever to hear. Newsline anchor Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG, has the details.
The beloved electronics retailer Radio Shack is returning to the U.S. marketplace under new ownership. The Radio Shack name is coming back from a difficult history that ended in its pervasive presence with more than 5,000 locations around the U.S. The company filed for bankruptcy twice under its previous ownership, and only a handful of its franchised locations were able to maintain a market presence. Now the brand's largest franchisee, the Unicomer Group, based in El Salvador, has acquired the company. Although they aren't sharing much yet about their plans, the vice president of franchises, Rudy Simon, released a statement saying, quote, "This acquisition will allow us to start another phase of growth and innovation in the shopping experience with the latest technology," end quote. Stay tuned.
In the U.S., emergency communicators are looking back on lessons learned from Hurricane Idalia.
Just like winter snowflakes, no two hurricanes are alike, depending on the size, wind speed, rainfall, and travel speed. So activations by emergency personnel, including amateur radio operators, have to be flexible. Last week's Hurricane Idalia is a good case in point. Bobby Graves, KB5HAV, manager of the Hurricane WatchNet, told AR Newsline, going into Idalia, knowing this was going to be a fast-moving hurricane, we did our best to line up well ahead of projected landfall, reporting stations, storm shelters, and emergency operations centers. We were expecting the storm to remain at least a Category 1 hurricane into South Carolina. After it was downgraded to a tropical storm, we changed gears and began calling for any post-storm reports. One serious issue involved a very strong wide signal causing interference on the upper end of 20 meters. The FCC later confirmed that it was over-the-horizon radar that originated outside the U.S. and was not considered intentional. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
All eyes remain on Major Hurricane Lee as he continues to churn in the Atlantic. If you have expertise in engineering, technology, or other areas relevant to radio, there may be a seat for you on an FCC advisory body. Interested?
If you work in broadcasting or have a background in science, engineering, or technology, you may be interested in becoming a member of the FCC's Technological Advisory Council. The TAC provides guidance to the Commission and looks into issues that could have an impact on emerging technologies. The Council's input is expected to help in the creation of informed policies. Members will be expected to be able to weigh in on such concerns as spectrum sharing techniques, 5G, and artificial intelligence. The term lasts 2 years, and there are 4 council meetings a year, which are one-day sessions. For other details or to submit a nomination, send an email to tac@fcc.gov. Nominations are received until the 22nd of September. The Council expects to meet in December. This is Patrick Clark, K8TAC.
And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news since 1976 at arnewsline.org. With Neil Rapp, WB9 VPG, Randy Sly, W4XJ, Patrick Clark, K8TAC, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation.